The journey of the United States dollar is a magnificent tale of high-stakes engineering, ancient artistry, and modern chemistry. To understand how a simple piece of cotton and linen becomes the most powerful currency on earth, we must look deep into the high-security walls of the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. This is a process where good enough doesn't exist, only perfection survives the shredder. The foundation, it's clothes, not paper. The most common myth is that dollars are made of paper. If you've ever accidentally left a $20 bill in your jeans and ran it through the washing machine, you know it comes out smelling like lavender and looking brand new. Why? Because dollars are actually fabric. The process starts at a specialized facility in Massachusetts, where massive trucks deliver raw, currency-grade 75% cotton and 25% linen. These aren't your average t-shirt scraps. These are ultra-purified fibers. The pulping stage, inside giant industrial vats, these fibers are shredded and blended into a thick, milky liquid called pulp. At this stage, the soul of the security is added. The tiny threads. Have you ever seen those tiny red and blue hairs on a dollar bill? Those are synthetic security fibers. They aren't printed on the paper, they are mixed into the wet pulp, so they become part of the very structure of the bill. The security ribbon, for higher denominations like the $100, a 3D security ribbon made of thousands of micro lenses is woven directly into the wet sheet. This is why you can't just rub off the blue strip, it's literally trapped inside the fabric. The artists of steel master engraving. While the paper is being pressed and dried into jumbo rolls, another group of experts is working in total silence, the master engravers. These individuals are among the rarest artists in the world. Every portrait you see, from George Washington to Benjamin Franklin, is hand-carved into a steel plate using tools called gravers and burnishers. They don't draw lines, they carve wells of varying depths. A deeper cut holds more ink and creates a darker shadow. A shallow cut creates a highlight. It takes months to finish a single portrait. This level of human detail is something a computer or a scanner simply cannot replicate perfectly, which is why hand engraving remains the ultimate defense against counterfeiters. The printing marathon. 3 layers of ink. Once the jumbo rolls of cotton linen arrive at the BEP in Washington, D.C., or Fort Worth, Texas, the printing begins. It's not a one-and-done deal. It happens in 3 distinct phases. 1. Offset printing, the back. The sheets first pass through massive offset presses that lay down the subtle background colours. If you look at a $20 bill, you'll see soft shades of green, peach and blue. This stage also includes microprinting, words so small that they look like a solid line to the naked eye. If a counterfeiter tries to photocopy this, the words turn into a blurry mess. 2. Intaglio Printing, the feel of money. This is the most important step. The engraved steel plates are covered in thick, specialized ink. A sheet of currency paper is placed on the plate, and a massive hydraulic press applies 20 tons of pressure. The result, the paper is literally forced into the grooves of the steel plate, sucking up the ink. When the sheet comes out, the ink is sitting on top of the paper in a raised ridge. This is what gives the dollar its unique tactile feel. When you run your fingernail over the president's coat, that vibration you feel is the physical ink ridges created by 20 tons of force. 3. Color shifting magic. On the bottom right corner of $10, $20, $50 and $100 bills, the numbers are printed with optically variable ink. This ink contains tiny metallic flakes that act like prisms. When you tilt the note, the color physically shifts from copper to green. This ink is extremely expensive, and its formula is a state secret: the 72-hour rest and the ruthless inspection. After the heavy intaglio printing, the sheets are soaking wet with ink. They can't be cut yet, or the ink would smudge and ruin millions of dollars. They are stacked in climate-controlled rooms for 72 hours to cure. Once dry, they enter the MD's POI Ethereal delivery system. High-speed cameras scan every single millimeter of every sheet. If there is a tiny ink splatter the size of a pinhead, rejected. If the color is 1% too light, rejected. If a security thread is slightly crooked, rejected. These rejected sheets are marked for destruction and replaced by star notes with a small star at the end of the serial number to keep the count accurate. The final cut, numbers and seals. The clean sheets move to the coat currency overprinting processing equipment machines. This is where the identity of the money is born. Serial numbers. 2 unique green serial numbers are stamped on each note. No 2 bills of the same series have the same number. The seals, the black Federal Reserve seal and the green Treasury seal, are added. These are the signatures of the government. Finally, a massive guillotine cutter, a blade so sharp it could slice through a mountain, comes down and cuts the large 32 note sheets into individual, crisp bills. Packaging, the bricks of wealth. The bills are counted by high-speed machines that check the serial numbers one last time. 100 notes are wrapped in a strap. 10 straps are bundled into a bundle 1,000 euros. 4 bundles are shrink-wrapped into a brick 4,000. These bricks are then moved into the BEPS heavy vaults, waiting for armoured trucks to take them to Federal Reserve banks, where they eventually make their way into your wallet, your local shop, or your ATM. And that, my friend, is how a bunch of cotton fibers from a field becomes the world's most trusted currency. It's a mix of art, science, and serious muscle. If you love this deep dive into the world of making bank, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more mind-blowing educational content. We've got plenty more stories about how the world works, and you don't want to miss a single one. Stay smart, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next breakdown.
How can I help you today?
The rates look better this quarter.
Yes, much better.